A brand new Toyota Sienna costs $40,935 before you drive off the lot. And I've had two of them on my lift this year with expensive electrical faults before 60,000 miles. Meanwhile, there are 3 minivans sitting on used lots right now, every one of them under $5,000, that will haul your family, tow your trailer, and hit 300,000 miles without asking permission. And nobody's buying them because everybody forgot they exist. After 22 years turning wrenches, these are the 3 used vans I'd hand my own daughter the keys to before I'd let her sign a $700 a month loan on a hybrid Sienna. Number 1 on this list? That's the strangest looking minivan Toyota ever built, and I'll tell you the design secret that makes its engine near impossible to kill. We're counting down 3 dirt cheap minivans that most mechanics quietly recommend to their own family, but never on camera. I'm going to give you real repair costs, the exact model years to look for, and the one $200 part on each of these that separates a smart buy from a driveway ornament. Pay attention to number 2. That's the Honda that hides an Accord engine under the hood, and there's one documented case of a family driving theirs past 350,000 miles on the original engine and transmission. And I'll tell you later why the shape of number 1, the weirdest van on this list, is actually the reason mechanics love working on it. Sort of. Let's get into it. Number 3. The 2006 to 2014 Kia Sedona with the 3.8 Lambda V6. And before anybody in the comments starts typing, it's a Kia. Hear me out. Here's the grab. The last generation Sedona is the most reliable minivan you can buy for under $4,000 right now, and the average annual repair cost is $495 according to RepairPal, which ranks it number 1 out of 8 minivans they track. That's below the cost of maintaining a Camry. On a minivan. Just had a 2010 Sedona LX roll through my shop last month. 217,000 miles. Original engine, original transmission. Guy bought it off Facebook Marketplace for $3,400 to shuttle his roofing crew around. He came in because a tail light bulb was out. That was it. That was the visit. I checked his fluids, looked at his belts, and told him to come back in 10,000 miles. The kid was expecting me to hand him a $2,000 estimate. I handed him a bill for $23 and a bulb. Now let me tell you what's under the hood, because this is what nobody understands. The 3.8-liter Lambda V6, that's the G60 if you want to look it up, is the same engine family Kia and Hyundai used in the Genesis luxury sedans and the Hyundai Azra. They just detuned it to 244 horsepower and stuck it sideways in a minivan. It's a chain-driven DOHC V6 with an aluminum block, and it makes 253 pound-feet of torque, which is more torque than a new hybrid Sienna makes. Think of it this way. Kia went to a luxury parts bin and pulled out a Genesis engine, then priced the minivan to compete with Dodge Grand Caravans. That's why these things run forever. They were engineered for a much more expensive car. Now here's what I have to tell you, because I don't do the used car salesman routine on this channel. This engine has one known quirk. On cold starts, you'll hear a rattle for the first 3, 4, 5 seconds. That's the timing chain tensioner losing oil pressure overnight. Kia issued a technical service bulletin and released an updated tensioner. If you're buying used, listen for that rattle. If it lasts under 5 seconds and clears up, you can live with it. If it lasts 15 seconds or clatter like marbles in a paint can, walk away, because you're looking at $1,800 to $2,500 to replace the chains, guides, and tensioners. The other thing you need to know, and this is critical if you're in the Salt Belt, meaning Michigan, Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania, all the way down through Virginia, NHTSA issued a recall on the 2006 to 2012 Sedonas for front lower control arm corrosion. The arms can literally break from road salt exposure. Check the recall status on the VIN before you buy. Type that VIN into recalls.nhtsa.dot.gov. Takes 30 seconds. If the recall wasn't performed, you can get the arms replaced free at any Kia dealer. Free money. Dollar damage on this van when things go wrong. Timing chain job at a shop, $1,800 to $2,500. Alternator, $450 with labor. Full brake job all the way around, $600. That's cheap. That is cheap money for a family hauler with 244 horsepower and a 5-speed automatic that shifts like an Accords. Here's who should buy this van. If you're carting kids to soccer practice, hauling plywood on weekends, and you refuse to pay $700 a month for a car payment, this is your van. If you can spend $3,000 and want power sliding doors, tri-zone climate, and captain's chairs, this is your van. Who should skip it? If you need all-wheel drive, the Sedona was front-wheel drive only. If you live somewhere it snows sideways, you want to look at the Previa I'll cover in a minute. And if you're the kind of buyer who thinks a Kia badge is beneath you, I can't help you and neither can this van. Mechanics verdict. The 2006 to 2014 Sedona is the best pound-for-pound cheap minivan on the American used market right now, full stop. Buy one that lived its life in a garage in Arizona, listen for that tensioner rattle, and you'll pay less to own it over 5 years than most people spend on Uber. Drop a comment if you've owned a second-gen Sedona. I want to see the mileage. I bet somebody watching this has one past 250,000. Alright, that's the practical pick. But if you want the van that's already proven it can hit 350,000 miles on the original engine, number 2 is where things start getting interesting. Real quick, if straight talk on old cars is what you're here for, hit subscribe. I make these instead of going back to the dealership grind, and every sub tells me to keep going. Alright, number 2. Number 2. The 1995 to 1998 Honda Odyssey. And no, I don't mean the transmission-eating Odysseys that came after. I mean the first-generation Odyssey. The one with 4 swing-out doors like a station wagon. The one nobody remembers Honda made. Here's why you need to care. Kelley Blue Book puts the current resale value of a 1995 Odyssey at $1,532. $1,500 for a running Honda minivan. And Honda owners on KBB rate this generation 4.8 out of 5 stars with a 98% recommendation rate over 121 reviews. That's higher than most Toyotas. A customer had a 1997 Odyssey LX come through the shop this spring. 289,000 miles. Original engine, original 4-speed automatic. The owner is a librarian in her 60s who inherited it from her father. She came in because the AC blower motor was dead. That's a $180 part and about an hour of labor. Total ticket, $340. Her exact words to me, "How much longer do you think it'll last?" I told her the truth. I told her, keep changing the oil every 4,000 miles and this thing will bury her. Now let's talk about what nobody tells you about this van. It's an Accord. That's it. That's the whole secret. Honda took the 1994 Accord platform, stretched the wheelbase, and built a minivan on it. The 1995 through 1997 models run the F22B6 engine. That's the same 2.2-liter 4-cylinder that lived under Accord hoods for a decade. The 1998 got the F23A, which is the 2.3-liter that carried over into the 98 Accord. Both are single overhead cam, timing belt engines. And there is a mountain of parts and knowledge out there for these engines because they lived in hundreds of thousands of Accords. That's why they last. You're not driving some weird Honda experiment. You're driving an Accord that Honda dressed up as a minivan. And the Accord of that era is the same car we still see running around with 400,000 miles on the clock. Now, honest disclosure, because I don't sell you fairy tales on this channel. There are 2 things that will get you on a first-gen Odyssey. Number 1, head gaskets. The 1995 through 1998 models have documented head gasket failures if the cooling system gets neglected. That's a $1,600 to $2,200 job. Number 2, catalytic converters. In the same generation, catalytic converter failure was a common issue. Aftermarket cat runs about $400 installed. Here's the actionable takeaway, and write this down. When you're inspecting one of these to buy, do 3 things. Pop the oil cap. If the underside looks like a chocolate milkshake, that's coolant in the oil, and the head gasket is already gone. Walk away. Second, look at the coolant reservoir. If it's rusty brown instead of green or pink, same story, walk away. Third, put your hand on the transmission dipstick and pull it. The fluid should be pink or light red. If it smells burnt or looks black, that's a $2,800 problem. Do those 3 checks in your driveway. It takes you 5 minutes. Saves you $3,000. Dollar damage overall on a first-gen Odyssey. Head gasket, $1,600 to $2,200. Timing belt service, and this one you have to do because these engines are interference. That's about $600 including water pump. Full front and rear brakes, $500. That's genuinely all the significant work you're going to see on a well-maintained one. Who should buy this van? If you can find one from an original owner who kept the service records, you're looking at the cheapest reliable family hauler in America. If you want something you can DIY on your driveway with basic hand tools, an F22 Honda engine is about as DIY friendly as engines get. Who should skip it? If you need power sliding doors, this van doesn't have them. It's got hinged doors like a station wagon. If you need stow-and-go seating like the Chryslers, forget it. And if you can't stomach an underpowered 140 to 150 horsepower 4-cylinder, you'll be flat-footing this thing every merge onto the highway. Mechanic's verdict. Find a one-owner 1998 with under 200,000 miles and full records. That's the sweet spot. Pay $2,000. Drive it for another 100,000 miles. There is no cheaper way to move 7 people in America. If you've made it this far, you already know I'm going to say something wild about number 1. So let me deliver. because the van at the top of this list is genuinely the most bulletproof minivan Toyota ever built, and almost nobody in America remembers it existed. Number 1. The 1991 to 1997 Toyota Previa. That van. The egg-shaped one. The one that looks like Toyota borrowed a shape from a science fiction movie and forgot to give it back. Here is the grab, and this is going to shift how you look at this van forever. The Previa is the closest thing Toyota ever built to a Land Cruiser in minivan form. And it's cheaper than almost every other reliable used van on the market. Classic.com reports the average sale price at $8,557, with clean examples starting in the $3,000 range. The highest recent auction sale was $18,750 for a mint 1994 supercharged all-track. That's less than the used car fees at some dealerships. Now let me tell you why mechanics love and hate this van at the same time. I had a customer bring me a 1996 Previa LE last year with 312,000 miles on the original engine. Toyota tech from up the road referred him to me because Toyota dealers won't touch these anymore. Parts availability is non-existent through the corporate parts network. Guy needed a valve cover gasket. That's it. 312,000 miles and he needed a $40 gasket. I did the job in 90 minutes. And while I was there, I looked at the timing belt, the water pump, and the head bolts. Everything on that engine looked like it had another 100,000 miles left in it. Now here is where this van gets legendary. Toyota did something on the Previa that they've never done since. They took the 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine, that's the 2TZFE, and they mounted it sideways under the front seats. The engine sits at a 75-degree angle from vertical, tucked under the floor between the driver and passenger. The alternator, power steering pump, AC compressor, all that stuff sits up front under the hood, driven by a separate accessory shaft. Why does that matter? 2 reasons. First, it's rear-wheel drive. There's no front drive stress on the transmission from a heavy-loaded van. The transmission on these things lasts forever because it's a longitudinal setup out of a Toyota truck. Second, and this is the part nobody talks about, because the engine sits laid flat under a metal cover, it's protected from road spray, salt, dirt, everything. The engine bay of a 30-year-old Previa often looks cleaner than a 5-year-old Odyssey. Now, the 1994 model year and later, Toyota offered a supercharged version. That's the 2T. Roots Type Eisen supercharger with an electromagnetic clutch, 6 psi of boost, 161 horsepower. That's the one you want if you can find one, because the base 135 horsepower version is genuinely slow. You don't merge onto a highway in that thing, you negotiate your way on. Here is honest disclosure time, because I promised you that on this channel. The Previa has 3 real weaknesses. Number 1, head gaskets. Because the engine is laid on its side, coolant flow gets uneven and the head gasket can weep at 100,000 plus miles. The head gasket job on this van is ugly. You're looking at $2,500 to $3,500 because of the mid-engine access. Number 2, the supercharger accessory drive. That's the S, the belt-driven shaft that runs the supercharger, needs its shaft bushings inspected. New bushings, cheap. Ignored bushings, expensive. Number 3, timing belt. This is an interference engine, meaning if the belt snaps, the valves smash into the pistons and you're rebuilding the head. Replace the timing belt every 60,000 miles, period. That's $500 to $700 at a shop. Not optional. Owners on Cars.com and Edmunds report reaching 200,000 miles routinely on the base engine. One reviewer on Cars.com claims their Previa passed 965,000 miles before an insurance total loss. I can't verify that number personally, but I can tell you it's not physically impossible given what I've seen these engines survive. Here's the actionable check. If you're looking at a used Previa this weekend, 3 things. Get under the van and look at the metal engine cover for oil residue. Any wetness means head gasket weep. Second, on a supercharged model, get somebody to floor it in second gear while you listen at the driver's side rear wheel. If the supercharger whines evenly, it's fine. If it warbles or drops out, SADS bushing. Third, ask for timing belt records. If they can't produce a receipt showing the belt was done in the last 60,000 miles, factor $700 into your offer. Who should buy the Previa? If you want an actual conversation piece that runs forever, this is it. If you live in snow country and can find an all-track all-wheel drive model, you're driving what is essentially a Toyota truck disguised as a minivan. If you're a JDM fan or restoration hobbyist, these are appreciating in value right now. Auction data shows clean examples are climbing. Who should skip it? If you need modern safety tech, you're in a 30-year-old vehicle. If you need parts in a hurry, Toyota dealers won't stock most of this stuff, you're ordering from specialty suppliers. And if you're not mechanically inclined at all, the mid-engine layout means even a spark plug change is a project. Mechanics verdict. The Previa is the most over-engineered minivan ever sold in America. Toyota didn't build another van like it because they couldn't justify the cost. The mid-engine layout was too expensive to build for a mass-market minivan. That's exactly why you should buy one now. Because nobody's ever going to make another van like this again. That is why mechanics quietly recommend this van. It's an obsession piece Toyota accidentally sold to the American public. Why am I telling you these 3 vans will outlast a new Sienna? Here's the math. A 2026 Toyota Sienna starts at $40,935 MSRP. It's hybrid only, which means it's a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder tied to a continuously variable transmission and an electric motor system. That's a lot of complicated electronics riding on the same reliability reputation Toyota built with the old naturally aspirated V6 Siennas, and there is no long-term data yet on whether the current hybrid system is going to hit 300,000 miles the way the old vans did. Consumer Reports notes the brakes are grabby and the engine drone is real. Edmunds reports multiple recalls. Meanwhile, the 3 vans on this list have already proven, with 25 to 30 years of real-world data, that they hit 300,000 miles. That's not a marketing promise. That's history. You can buy any one of these 3 vans, budget $3 grand for repairs the first year, and still come out $30,000 ahead of the Sienna buyer. That is the mechanic math. And that's the truth the dealer won't tell you when you walk onto the lot this weekend. So those are the 3 dirt cheap minivans that most people forgot exist. The 2006 to 2014 Kia Sedona, the 1995 to 1998 Honda Odyssey, and the 1991 to 1997 Toyota Previa. Any one of them will outrun, outlast, and outvalue a brand new Sienna and cost you a fraction of the sticker. You now know more about what actually lasts in a minivan than most people walking onto a Toyota lot this weekend. Next time somebody tells you a new hybrid is the smart move, you'll know the real math. If you want to see the used SUVs I'd buy over a new one, same logic, same shop floor experience, I've got that video right here. It's the countdown of 5 dirt cheap SUVs nobody buys. Watch that next. Like, subscribe and share with your loved ones if this video saved you from buying a money pit. That's 22 years of experience talking. Take it or leave it. I'll see you in the next one.